Hey everybody, Craig from singlelengthschool.com here, and today's video is actually based on a request. We had one of our guys request over, he brought up the point, excuse me, both on the forum at singlelengthschool.com and also shot me an email through the website there. And so he wanted to know, have I ever tried the Cobra utility irons in the one length model? So we're talking the 3 iron, the 4 iron, they even make it in a 5. And the simple answer is yes, I have tried those. I had one in my bag for a little while, and he wanted to know my thoughts on it. So this is going to be kind of a little review, and if you guys can't tell by my background, it's not a white screen. We've got some sun coming out here in Pennsylvania. So today I'm going to do a review for you. We've got a few really cold days coming here middle of this week, but looking at Friday, I should be able to get you guys another tip, and I've got a couple things in mind, but I'll definitely have a tip for you on Friday. But anyways, let's jump back to the utility iron that Cobra makes in the one length model, the 3 iron, the 4 iron, the 5 iron. What's nice about the clubs themselves is obviously they are single length, so they're at the 7 iron length. And the unique feature of those is they're actually adjustable, just as most drivers are, in the Cobra lineup. So they actually have a little screw in the bottom. You can adjust it, so you can buy it in a 3-4 iron length, where you can adjust between a 3 iron loft, a 4 iron loft, draw settings, things like that. And then they also have it 4 or 5 iron length. So I don't have it with me, and here's the reason why. I actually traded mine in. So here's what I found with those one length utility irons. And listen, this is my experience. Everybody's experience is going to be a little bit different because everybody's swing is a little bit different. The way you play your irons is a little bit different. And that's what we love here at singlelengthschool.com is, we're not trying to teach you guys a brand new swing. We're trying to help you guys get used to using single length and fitting them into your current swing. That's why we do lessons online, so that we can see your swing and help you improve your contact, not necessarily your swing because it's a natural body mechanic that you've been working on. So as far as the utility irons go, I played the 3-4 and I had it lined up at the 3 iron loft. I played it, from the time it came out late last year, when I say late last year, kind of the F8 model that came out in late 2017, maybe early 2018. I played it halfway through this past year, up until June or so, maybe even July when I traded it in. But here was my thoughts on it. A, beautiful club. B, great because it's in single length. And C, when you strike it well, it's going to do what you want it to do. Now, as with most utility irons, it launches a lot lower than what you expect. So you get a ton of roll out of it. The yardages compared to a regular standard length utility iron, they're pretty close. It might be, a couple yards shorter, and I'm not saying, when I say a couple yards, I'm not talking 10, 15 yards shorter. If you strike it well, it may be 1 or 2 yards shorter. So there's no difference in the yardages. But again, it launches a lot lower than what you would think. And so your distances will come. But my overall feel of the club was it was great. Now, why did I trade it in? The reason I traded it in is because with my swing setup and the way I swing, I wasn't launching the ball as I wanted to. It wasn't coming out as high as I wanted it, and it wasn't carrying as far as I wanted it. I like to carry the ball further than it rolls. I like to try and get the ball to stop. So I've actually switched over from the 3-4 utility iron into a 4 hybrid. A 4 hybrid, with a center of gravity that's a little further back to help me get that ball in the air. But what I will tell you, those of you that are interested in that utility iron in the single length, it's worth it. It's worth a shot if that is what you're more comfortable with. And what I'm saying is, if you're not a hybrid type of guy, you're more of an iron type of guy, it is a great club to use. Mine, like I said, because I lean forward, I put a lot of weight forward, I had a lot of not trouble, but I couldn't get it to launch as high as I wanted because so much of my weight's forward that I was delofting the club a lot. So I was getting a ton of roll, just wasn't getting my carry numbers. But what I will tell you is if you are going to use that utility iron and you want it to get going a little bit higher, you don't want to have as much weight forward as what you may have with some of your lower irons because you don't want it launching as low, and that's the issue I ran into. That's why I went to the hybrid, because then my hybrid, I found I could use that same weight forward stance to produce the loft I wanted with the hybrid, whereas with the utility iron, I couldn't do that. So if you're a player where your weight is not as forward when you swing, but you're consistent with your weight kind of 50-50, then the utility iron is a great option for you. I will tell you, when I teed the thing up, the utility iron, again, it was set at 3 iron length. When I was using it on some shorter par 4s, I had no problem getting that 3 iron to get out there at 250, 260. It wasn't far behind my 3-wood, and actually I had a really nice gap from my 3-wood to my 3 iron. So it is a great club. Again, like I said, if you're somebody that likes the utility irons over a hybrid, it is a great option, and it comes in the single length, the single length iron option. You can probably find those out on eBay or Amazon. Find last year's model a little bit cheaper than I think the 220 price point that it was. You can probably get them, 125. I didn't do the research, but if you guys look, you can probably find them new. Or if your local pro shop has one to test, go give it a shot. See if it's the right club for you. So for those of you that launch a little bit higher with your irons, that utility iron is going to be the one that you want. For those that launch a little bit lower and want something a little bit higher, then you want to go to the 1 length hybrid, as I did. But again, it doesn't matter. It's all on a comfort level for you guys. And if you find that club that you're having a little bit of trouble with, if you want to try the 1 length utility iron or the 1 length hybrid, and it's just not doing what you want it to do for you, by all means, hit us up on the website, singlelengthschool.com. Send us a message. You guys can even purchase some time in there for some lessons. If you want a one-off lesson just to work on that one club, we can do that as well. Just send me a message through singlelengthschool.com. We can set up the payment structure, things like that. But again, guys, great feedback. Love everybody, interacting. We've got some guys now interacting a lot in our forum over on singlelengthschool.com. So if you haven't, go check that out. All of our tips and tricks for the single length irons are over there on singlelengthschool.com. And don't forget, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at singlelengthschool.com or on Twitter at onelengthschool. So again, guys, this is Craig from Single Length School signing off. If you have any questions, let us know, and check back on Friday for our tip of the week. Thanks, guys, and have a great one.